guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're doing my Pretty Classics haul. Basically, anytime that I get what I consider to be like a pretty, aesthetically pleasing looking version of a classic book, I just put them all in a corner and wait until I get a certain amount and then I do a haul video. So I did the same video last year and it was like a pretty popular video. You guys seem to really like it. So I'll link that up here in the cards if you want to check out what I got last year. This year it took me a lot longer to build up my supply this year because I have been collecting these since I filmed that video last time, but I haven't been like purposefully going to buy a lot of classic books because I didn't read very many in 2019. So I bought these like all at my used bookstores and through trades and things, whereas before I bought some like at Barnes & Noble and like I purposefully went out to get them on Amazon and stuff. And these are ones I just like happened to find for like really cheap, like under $3 a piece, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about them. Oh my gosh, so some of these I've had for so long. So first up, I found this like amazing 50th anniversary edition of The Hobbit. It's gold and it comes in a little sleeve, which is completely unnecessary, but I like it. And so it looks like this, really, really pretty. There's not really any illustrations or anything, so honestly I probably could find a nicer looking version of this, but this was like $1 and I was really, really excited, and I haven't read it in forever, so I'll probably put this on my TBR for this year. Next up, I found this cloth-bound edition. This is the World Cloud Classics of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales. I really like these. I just think that they're really, really pretty. They have really pretty in pages, and it's just a bunch of different classic stories from Hans Christian Andersen. They have nice quotes on the back, so I like these. I hope to find some more in the future. I placed a book outlet order, which I think the haul video is up. If it is, again, I'll link it up here in the cards. But the only one I left off was this pixelated Penguin Puffin pixel edition of the Swiss Family Robinson. What happened was I had a really pretty Barnes & Noble edition of Swiss Family Robinson, but it was like water damaged and stuff, but when I got it, it was like a quarter, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But I wound up unhauling it in my big giant unhaul, so I was like, okay, I'll just order this one because I don't have one and it's kind of cool and like video game-esque. I don't think the story is like told any differently, but there's like a weird like Mario looking map and stuff, so I thought that was fun, and it was like $1.50. But literally like 2 days after I got that one, I found the updated Barnes & Noble Classic Edition of the one that I unhauled for like $2 at the Goodwill, and it's in like perfect shape with the gold pages and the pretty bookmarks, and I just love these editions. These are like my favorite editions of classics. The only thing I don't like about them is that they're not the best for reading. Like if your hands kind of get like oily or like sweaty, it can kind of change the color of the book or the dye. So I do read them this way, but they're really just better for like storing on your shelf. So I may or may not keep that pixelated edition. I'll have to decide how much I like the book. Then I found, this is like not that pretty of an edition, but it is more of a classic. This is the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I do like these like bigger versions of Roald Dahl's books, and it has all the pretty illustrations and everything. I need to read this because I've never actually read it before, and I'm really excited to. Then I have been slowly collecting these giant pretty editions of The Wizard of Oz, because there are like 12 books in that series. A lot of people don't know that. I've only read like the first 2, something like that, but I really like these. This is Ozma of Oz, and they have really cool, pretty illustrations. They're super magical. I absolutely love the first book, and I've been kind of slowly collecting these. I think I have like 2 or 3 now. And then I have 4 more Barnes & Noble Classic Editions that I'll show you guys. So speaking of The Wizard of Oz, I have The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is the Barnes & Noble Classic Edition, which is not going to go with my full other set that I want to try, but I don't have this first one yet. So it has these pretty green in pages. They all have like the original illustrations in them and designs and things like that. So these are all from like the original books. I love these. I found this one again at the used bookstore. I don't know if it's still available at Barnes & Noble, but you can check. So then I found this older edition of the Barnes & Noble Classic of The Secret Garden. It's still in the plastic. I haven't even like examined it yet. So these are all bonded leather with ribbon bookmarks. I actually already have this in a different edition, but it's one of my favorite books, so I have to decide if I want to keep both of them or not. It seems kind of silly because they're both Barnes & Noble editions. They're just like different colors and things. So I'm going to open this up and kind of look through it, but I just really love this book. Book sale, I found 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. I have a complete like story collection from Jules Verne with like all of his stories, but I don't have this one individually. This one has silver pages. It's got whale and ocean themed in pages, and it's got really cool illustrations, of course. So yay! Yay! Then lastly, I found Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I've kind of been like biding my time. I want to get like a full set that all match of Jane Austen because I don't think that they have any more. I think they might have like one more of hers in this edition, which is kind of unfortunate. So I may not keep this if I wind up with those, but these have like watercolor in pages and then like the green sprayed edges. I need to read this because I can't remember if I have or haven't. I've read a couple of hers and I'm getting them all mixed up in my brain because I've seen all the movies, so I need to get to this year probably. It's good to have this video finished because these have just been in a pile in the corner of my room for a really long time. So these are all the classics I've collected probably over the last year, so not that many, doing pretty good. Let me know if you guys plan on reading any classics this year, which ones are your favorite, which ones should I kind of bump up on my list. I have read a couple of them, but not very many, so thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time on The Bright Side. Bye!